Most people believe prayer is about asking God for help. They believe prayer means speaking, requesting, begging, or hoping something changes. But if that were true, then everyone who prays sincerely would experience power. Yet the truth is millions pray every day and feel nothing happens. They walk away confused, disappointed, and sometimes broken inside. Jesus, however, did not experience prayer this way. Every time he prayed, something shifted. Reality responded. The impossible became possible. This tells us something uncomfortable. Maybe the problem is not God. Maybe the problem is how prayer is understood. Jesus didn't just teach what to pray. He demonstrated how to enter a state where prayer works. And that method was never loud, emotional, or desperate. It was quiet. It was inward. And it changed everything. 1. Why most modern prayer fails. Most prayer today happens entirely in the mind. People talk to God while remaining trapped in fear, desire, and confusion. They pray from anxiety instead of alignment. They pray from lack instead of fullness. When you pray while feeling separate, prayer becomes negotiation. You hope God listens. You hope God agrees. You hope God acts. Jesus never prayed like this. He never treated God as distant or separate. He never tried to convince the Father to help him. Modern prayer often strengthens the feeling of separation. Jesus' prayer dissolved it. And that difference explains why power flowed through him, effortlessly. 2. The moment before Lazarus was raised. When Jesus stood in front of Lazarus' tomb, he did something shocking. He didn't cry, he didn't plead, he didn't ask for permission. Instead, he thanked God before anything happened. This was not optimism. This was certainty. Jesus spoke from a place where the outcome already existed. From his inner state, the miracle was complete. The physical world was simply catching up. This shows us that prayer happened before the words. Words were not the cause. They were the result. Jesus aligned first. Then reality moved. 3. The hidden pattern before every miracle. Before every miracle, Jesus withdrew. He stepped away from noise, crowds, and pressure. He chose solitude again and again. This was not rest. This was not avoidance. This was preparation. He went inward before acting outward. He entered silence before speaking authority. He aligned before power moved. Every healing followed this sequence. Every transformation followed this rhythm. Silence was not optional. It was foundational. Jesus understood that power does not come from effort, it comes from union. 4. Go into your room does not mean a bedroom. Jesus said, go into your room and close the door. Most people assume this means privacy, but the original language says something deeper. The word Jesus used means inner chamber, a hidden place, an internal space. He was not pointing outward, he was pointing inward. Jesus was teaching people how to access a deeper layer of being, a place beyond thoughts, beyond identity, beyond emotion. The Father was not outside listening. The Father was within waiting to be recognized. This changes prayer completely. 5. Why closing the door is so important. Closing the door does not mean blocking sound. It means sealing attention. You close the door to mental noise, fear, imagination, wanting. As long as the door is open, prayer remains distracted. As long as thoughts dominate, alignment cannot occur. Jesus closed the door completely. Nothing entered that was not source. Only from that sealed stillness could power move freely. Without closing the door, prayer stays external and weak. 6. Silence is not empty, it is full. Most people fear silence because silence removes control. It removes identity. It removes the ego. But silence is not emptiness. Silence is presence without distraction. Jesus entered silence not to escape the world, but to remember who he was beyond it. In silence, separation dissolves. In silence, resistance disappears. This is why silence always comes before power. Noise cannot carry authority. Stillness can. 7. Prayer is not asking, it is alignment. Jesus never tried to change God's mind. He changed his state. When alignment happens, there is no argument, no conflict, no negotiation. Your will and God's will become one movement. From that place, words carry authority naturally. Jesus said the Father worked through him, not for him, not to him. Prayer became an expression of unity, not desire. And unity is where power lives. 8. The practical entry into the inner room. To enter the inner room, you must stop performing prayer. Sit quietly, close your eyes, do not talk internally, do not imagine God, do not repeat words. Simply notice your breath. Feel it move in, feel it move out. Let thoughts pass without engagement. Under the thoughts, stillness appears. That stillness is always present. Most people just never stay long enough to notice it. 9. Why most people quit too early. At first, silence feels boring. Nothing dramatic happens. The mind resists. People think they are failing, but nothing is wrong. Stillness is subtle. It does not announce itself. Jesus stayed. He returned again and again. With time, presence becomes familiar. Resistance softens. Power does not come suddenly. It comes naturally. 10. From stillness to authority. After alignment, something shifts. You stop feeling separate. You no longer pray to God. You act from God. This is not ego. This is surrender. Jesus did not hope miracles would happen. He recognized what already existed. Authority came from union, not effort. This is the difference between wishing and knowing. 11. The kingdom of heaven is within. Jesus said the kingdom is within you, not after death, not in the future. It is a state of awareness available now, accessible through stillness. When you live from this place, prayer changes. Life responds differently. You stop forcing outcomes. You stop chasing answers. You move with alignment. And alignment moves reality. Do not just listen to this, practice it. 10 minutes of stillness is enough to begin. No asking, no forcing, just presence, just silence. The inner room was never hidden. It was ignored. Once you learn to close the door, you realize something powerful. You were never separate.